Hello, everyone.
This is so awkward. We've never done this in the 5 years that we've never sat on the same couch.
I know. It's going to be weird. Hey, everyone. Welcome to this newest episode of You Hate to See It. This is a big deal for us because I don't know if...
We're drinking.
We're drinking. I don't know if these guys have paid attention at all.
I've peed my pants.
Okay. This is our 200th episode.
Oh, no.
Today.
Oh, God.
Right now is number 200, which is why I said I can't record without you.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
So... we're taking this opportunity to...
delete our backlog.
Yeah. We're going to start over.
That one's not a joke.
That one's not a joke. So, we're now a video podcast, as you guys can tell.
Yeah, we're funny.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're listening on Spotify, you're still going to get the audio that you always get. But now, if you watch us on YouTube or any platform that allows video...
I know this is important. There's the fattest bird I've ever seen.
Yeah,
on the window.
Oh my God!
There's like 6 of them that sit there now.
The thing's fucking gigantic.
Yeah.
I think I found lunch.
Yeah, and as this kind of rebranding, rebooting, we're going back to our roots. So, because we're going to bring a new audience, we're going to tell some of the same stories again, which, sorry, sucks to suck, if you've heard them already. But also, we're going to bring back some things that we used to do. So, live from insert place here, Nick.
Live from Dubuque, Kansas.
Okay, alright. No, we're not bringing that back. That was just to fuck with you. I need to remove that, because that branding is still on a lot of our shit.
Dubuque, Kansas?
Yeah. We're removing Dubuque.
I don't even know if that's a place.
Dubuque, Iowa is.
Yeah, that's why I said Dubuque, and I'm like,
But-
I can't say Iowa.
For all of you who've never seen us before, I'm Adam.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Nick.
And this week, I'm going to be drinking, for my shot, Smirnoff Blue Raspberry Lemonade.
Mine and Nick's are mixtures of half and half of Screwball and Crown Royal Salted Caramel. And then I have a random beer from Adam's fridge.
Yeah, I got some...
I got a
Living lemonades.
300 Lux, which is just an American wheat ale with some weird hop.
It's good to know that we couldn't... One thing
Buy me literacy.
We couldn't make Nick literate for this.
Alright, well, cheers to 200 episodes, guys.
Cheers.
This sucks. If we wouldn't have done this, we wouldn't have still been friends.
That's quite pleasant.
That's pretty good, too. If you
I like that.
Blue raspberry.
It's aight. Alright, time for me to try my other drink.
Yep.
Alright, so...
This is Screwball mixed with red Gatorade, because I made the joke that red Gatorade, fruit punch, and peanut butter, and Nick said maybe it'll taste like a PB&J. And now I'm interested, so here we go. It tastes bad.
You think some mango lemonade will help?
No other thoughts.
Are we going, is this a trait we're bringing back where my cup is just to spill all alcohol into it?
It's the King's Cup.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I used to do that often. Like, things would just end up in my cup. I'm like, fuck you.
Here you go.
What? No.
There you go. There you go.
Alright.
You'll note the hoppy taste.
It smells horrendous and tastes like the smell. My insides are warm.
That's good.
It's so hoppy.
That's real good, because we're recording 3 episodes.
Awesome. Yay. Oh, it's from Westmont.
So our first little segment here, for our 200th episode, is a then versus now. So I just wanted to sit back and have each of us talk about our journeys from starting
From straight out of college
starting
to
this
now.
podcast 5 years ago
Oh, God.
to now. our first episode released the first week of January of 2020, and then we released our second episode at the end of January of 2020, and then we deleted both of those episodes. You can listen to them on Patreon.
They were bad.
They were bad, and they were like 2 hours long. And then we released a 1 hour long episode like right at the end of January, like the 31st, and then 2 weeks later we released our next episode, which is now our official episode 2, with my buddy Peter, where he gave us...
He gave Nick tips.
Yeah, he gave Nick tips on how to pick up women, and this is before Peter was in a relationship or married.
Yeah.
I remember going to the bar after that.
Yeah.
We were like, alright, Nick, let's go try it out. And we went to the bar, and it was just like everyone was over 60.
Yeah.
That was also back, we filmed around a card table, and I had a blue snowball microphone, which has it has the mic pickups on all sides because it's designed for people to play instruments in front of, so it needs to pick up all of the sounds. So we just have a blue microphone mic in the middle of us and record.
And it picked up a lot of the furnace.
Yeah. And now we have directional mics that do that for us.
Yeah.
So what else? What else has happened?
Well,
You
you
got
didn't
it.
really say anything. You just listed off our first episode. So
Yeah, our
like,
first episode. Well, like, let's reflect on, like, what have we been through? I
I
had
got
a child.
engaged and then
Not
not engaged.
engaged.
I
Now
got
I'm in a
engaged,
relationship.
and I also got engaged, and still am engaged, so...
I got married, had a child.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I keep pet sperm now.
I've had like 3 different jobs in 5 years.
I've had 2.
I mean, I've had a lot of jobs, but
No, I guess 3.
that's also
Yeah.
my job, is to have a lot of jobs.
True. I attempted a streaming career, did not go well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You attempted an editing career, and that didn't go well
No,
either
it didn't.
because you refused to edit it.
So you didn't even edit our podcast.
That is true.
You stupid bitch.
I tried learning both Spanish and French, and didn't. Same reason I didn't learn how to edit was because
You just stopped?
yeah.
Why did we let him talk?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's been 5 years. I tried not to think about it. So I'm like almost 30 now. Just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're still the stereotypical 3 white guys in a basement podcast.
Worse now, because now they can see the basement.
Yeah,
True.
and us.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least we're not in one of our parents' basements anymore, so that's an improvement.
I do own this house.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, a lot of shit's happened. I started a powerlifting career that's gone way more successful than anything Nick's ventures have been.
True. True. All of my ventures have gone horribly. So.
I don't know, man. I've worked a lot.
Yeah.
3 different jobs. I mean, we're fucking in our 20s. We've been fighting for our fucking lives out here.
True.
We are the definition. I was talking to Nick about it on the way here. We are the definition of the meme of a millennial waking up to another day of handling another once in a lifetime disaster.
Yeah.
And we're on our like 50th.
My grandma died.
Oh hell yeah,
That's
dude.
exciting.
Yeah, my grandma died. I now live in her house.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nick's grandma dies, he gets free house.
Yeah. Now my mom broke her hip like a month ago, so that's fun. So
But where were they at 5 years ago?
where were they at? Well, my grandmother was alive.
Okay.
Oh shit.
She was alive. My
Barely, but-
my mother was more alive.
Still barely.
But now
Your mother had bruising all over
It's
her
also-
face 5 years ago.
true. Yeah, I
for, the
forgot about
for
that.
the listeners, it's wild because Nick is the youngest out of us and has the oldest mother out of all of us.
Yeah.
My mom had me at 43.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Oh my god.
If you're ever
And he's an only child. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't like they were spitting out siblings. It's just him.
well, my older sister was stillborn, so
I didn't know this. Oh.
Wow.
So it's not an
Tell us a
only
little bit about
child.
your
and
sister.
then my younger sister was taken back by her mom. I don't know if you guys knew that. I have an adopted younger sister who the mom asked for her back after a week.
How's your older sister?
Yeah.
Died in the womb.
Okay. What was she like?
I don't know. I do remember asking my dad, "Is it yours? Was it yours?"
And was it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So this was right around when like the Anna Nicole shit was happening. I don't know if you guys know that, but it was like a huge paternity thing in like the early 2000s. And I looked at my dad and went, "Oh." And he told me about like the miscarriage, and I was like, "Oh, was it yours?" And he looks at me like, "Who else's would it have been?"
No wonder your dad let me ask stupid questions. I'd be mad and leave too if my kid was asking dumb shit.
I was like 6.
No, I looked for you at like 15.
His dad wasn't there.
I know.
Yeah, no.
Didn't he leave at 8 and then back and left again when you were like 13?
He left when I was 10. Came back when I was like 16 and left again when I was 17. So he was there for like 6 months in high school. Enough for me to like drop him off at the train station in Oak Park. And then
Wait, so your dad didn't like leave, you sent him away is what it
well,
sounds
no,
like.
I left him at the train. He's like, "All right, cool, I'll call you later," and then he never called me back. So
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah, trauma dumping. For
What a
some.
good 2
and then his mom died and left me $200.
Enough for a train ticket to come back home. Nick's still sitting on that 200, just in case his dad wants to come home. You should reach out to your dad now that your mom's being
I don't know. I don't know if he's alive.
You need to reach out and be like, "Dad, this is your problem."
I don't think
Mom's
you understand how many Jorges there are.
I hate that his name's Jorge.
Well, to be fair,
I hate that this conversation sounds racist, and it's not.
to be fair, his name, like, he was George. He was George. Everyone called him George, but it was spelled Jorge. So, like, there's not a person on the planet who called him Jorge. It was George. Yeah, I'd like to point out his first and middle name were Jorge John. So, do it that way you will.
It's even better thinking that you're shortening John, so it would be Jorge Jonathan.
So,
A very Mexican George Jonathan Vera.
I mean, we could talk about my dad almost became a priest, so that was also a thing.
No, we're past this.
Yeah.
It's the 200th episode. You're ruining it.
You're welcome,
Fucking-
everyone. Hey, Dad, if you're out there, give me a call.
Hold on, I need you to
Your
look,
mom's looking for you.
look right at your dad and tell him that you made it.
We made it, Dad. We made it.
I love how the 200th episode is just going to be the start of our podcast of trying to find Nick's dad through podcasting. But there's going to be no investigative work, no other stuff outside of what you see off the camera here.
So if you guys find information, let us know.
So the fun thing about my last name is like the second most popular Puerto Rican last name. Like, there are islands full of people with my last name. So,
and I would have to assume at least 70%
most of them are
named
related.
Jorge.
Most of them are related.
Or John.
Jorge John. Yeah.
Alright.
Give me a call, Dad.
So our
Yeah,
next
change the
segment.
pace.
Our next segment. What mistakes have you as individuals or us as a podcast made in the past?
We're going to need a whole different podcast to go through these.
I'd like to point out mistakes Nick's made.
Oh, okay.
Agreeing to come here for the 200th episode.
I could have been taking a nap right now.
I really enjoyed the episode where Nick blacked out, left for 30 minutes, and came back, and I recut the episode to make Nick just progressively
Yeah.
get more and more drunk.
Which one
It's-
was that?
Those were
Garrett's.
Garrett.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And I recut it so that
'Cause
way
I
in a
knew that we
matter
had
of
a
like,
guest.
in a matter of like 40 seconds. Thanks for the seaweed.
Would you like a piece of seaweed?
Yeah, it's my seaweed.
Okay.
I stole it from Kitchen
There
Nightmares.
you go.
Thanks so much.
We'll all share the last one. Oh, hey, there's a little salt back in there. Oh, that's a silica bag.
Upper decky. Hey, upper decky. Nick.
Yeah, I edited that episode, so Nick leaves pretty drunk and comes back 45 seconds later, blackout, fucking drunk off his ass. And then we proceed to not have Nick in the episode for the rest of it because he had left, come back, interjected, and then stayed silent for the rest of it. So yeah.
I'd like to point out that the next morning I woke up still drunk and on my couch, not knowing where I was.
Remember when you showed up halfway through recording with Jake from Germany?
Oh yeah.
And that was because I was also heavily in the talk. That was the shit in the woods night.
Fun fact, guys, this whole podcast is based around us getting drunk, so
Yeah,
we're slowly getting there already on episode 1.
Yeah, which is fun.
200,
We've been,
technically, I guess.
Jeff and I have been drunk for the last 2 days.
Yeah, it's been bad. I think my favorite episode, number 1 and 2, I guess. My favorite is Tommy Chong, just because we got to fucking meet Tommy Chong. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Must have been nice for you guys.
Yeah, it was. You should have fucking
Maybe,
participated.
maybe if you participate.
My second,
My mom might have been in the hospital for that.
my favorite, just based off pure content, because in the moment, being there in the room while he did it, was the original conspiracy theory episode where we had Nick make a conspiracy theory, and he came up with like 6 that all like logically made sense but weren't good at.
It wasn't even like the original being like the original episode. It was the one before that.
Yeah.
Because we filmed an entire episode and then we go to play it back to make sure everything went well, and the audio had completely cut out at a certain point, and it was right as Nick started getting rolling. So we had to turn around and re-record the Nick going off as best as we possibly could.
Continue. Sorry.
Alright.
Things are fine. I gave you my answer for that. Oh, thing I would change? Never hiring Steve.
Yeah.
True. Can we legally talk about that?
Oh, we could have legally talked about it forever. It just depends on if Steve's going to threaten to murder our families by calling his contacts at the mob.
That aren't real?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was just all I had to say about it. I wasn't going to elaborate on that. But he did lead to some of our...
Some great episodes.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our interviews were from him, but we've also gotten ones
Without him.
Yeah, so crazy the people you can pull out of nowhere. And then I think number 3 is probably Beth May. But
Yeah, Beth May's episode
was
really good.
I love Beth May, so
Yeah.
Beth May is amazing.
I like the Urban Explorers.
All right,
kids.
so that's all the
Nice.
The
Urban Explorers. Rotting Midwest, I think.
Rotting Midwest and something
Flexi?
else.
Float something?
It's on IMDb.
Yeah.
Damn, we're good.
Yeah.
That was like 2 years ago, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
Give me the next one.
I mean, really, what's next is what new rules would we like to put in place for video podcasting?
We can't start until Nick is blackout.
Oh, gosh.
No, I'm talking like, I mean, do we want to bring back the Furdas? Do we want to bring back...
Well, none of us watched... I don't think any of us have watched an episode of Letterkenny since we started this podcast.
Well, I mean,
great show. Go
we're
watch
obviously bringing back, like, taking a shot at the beginning of the episode and drinking, which kind of went away after a while. But
I think we can implement a rule, like, if we say something that gets all of us laughing enough that there's, like, a 10-second of just us laughing, we have to then... It's almost like we're restarting the podcast. We have to do another shot.
Yeah.
Like, if it's 10 seconds of us just dying laughing, then the reset is us stopping to take a shot, and then we'll pick back up.
Oh, God.
All right. All right, so...
Do we want to end the episodes with a shot? We can just end it
No,
with a nice
no,
little
no.
cheers.
That sounds too much.
yeah,
We can do a little cheers.
we can do a cheers.
We'll do a cheers. A little cheersy blanket.
Mine might as well be a shot, but...
Well, thanks so much for watching, everyone.
Maybe that's what another new rule is. I'll just drink a combination of As long as we're in person, I'll just drink a combination of our 3 drinks.
Yeah, I like that. Jeff always has a King's Cup. He starts off, and if it's bad, we just add to it until it's not
Keep
bad.
going. We don't stop the recording session for the day until my drink is palatable.
Well, thanks so much for listening and watching. Like and subscribe. Follow us wherever you can follow podcasts. Also, visit our sponsors. Links have been popping up in the lower thirds throughout this video. But otherwise, go to our website, youhatetoseeit.net, for all of our stuff. And become a patron. And on Patreon,
We do stuff
we
sometimes.
do stuff. So
Not often.
we batch record a few episodes at a time, and at the end of every batch recording, we film an after show. So after all those batch recordings get released, the after show will also be coming out on Patreon. So stay tuned for that. And there's also a bunch of backlog of content from 5 years. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. And Nick, do the roar.
Jeff's hand is very warm.
Oh, dude, I'm sweating.
Let's grab drinks.
Okay. Yep. Oh, god damn it!
What is on my mic?
I'm so wet now.
What's going on? What the fuck's going on?
Adam, it was like grab drinks, and then it proceeded to elbow my fucking hand. So now
Every time, man. Every time.
now I smell like an alcoholic.
What are you doing?
I can't see the screen.
Now you're laughing. Hey, what are you doing?
Scene King.